Hello, everyone. Welcome. You don't need to arrive anywhere tonight. You don't need to prepare yourself. You don't need to be ready. This is simply a place to pause, a quiet moment you can step into without bringing anything with you. Nothing is expected here. You are not late. You are not early. You are exactly where you need to be. And from here, there is no need to do anything at all. You don't need to focus. You don't need to concentrate. You don't need to follow every word. Just listening is enough. Even half listening is enough. Even drifting in and out is perfectly fine. You may begin to notice the weight of your body where it rests. Not in a detailed way, not with effort. Just a gentle awareness. The surface beneath you is already holding you. It has no demands. Your body doesn't need to adjust itself. It doesn't need to find a better position. There is no correct posture for rest. If something feels slightly uncomfortable, there is no urgency to change it. Discomfort does not need to be solved right now. You are not being asked to improve anything. You are not being guided toward a goal. This moment is not about progress. It is about permission. Your body already knows how to soften. It learned this long before today. Muscles respond naturally when effort is no longer required, and effort can quietly step aside. You might notice your shoulders, how they have been holding the day. They do not need to hold it anymore. Nothing needs to drop suddenly. Nothing needs to release all at once. A small easing is enough, a gentle loosening. Your jaw can remain unclenched. Your tongue does not need to stay lifted. The face can return to its most neutral expression, the one it had before learning how to react. There's no need to stay alert. These words are not instructions. They are not directions. They are simply sounds, moving slowly. Like something passing at a distance, you can let them come. You can let them go. If your attention drifts away, that is not a mistake. Drifting is welcome here. Thoughts may appear, fragments of the day, images without meaning. They do not need to be resolved. They do not need to be pushed away. They can float. Your breathing may become noticeable, or it may fade into the background. Either way is fine. There is no rhythm to follow, no pace to match. The body breathes the way it always has, quietly, reliably. You do not need to help it. If the breath feels shallow, it can remain that way. If it feels deep, that is also fine. There is no better version of this moment. You may feel heavier or lighter, or nothing may change at all. Still acceptable, still enough. The space around you does not require attention. Nearby sounds do not need interpretation. They can exist without being named. This time is not asking for participation. It is offering rest. And rest does not require skill. It happens when effort steps aside. There is nothing you need to remember from what you hear now. Nothing you will be asked about later. These words are not important. They are meant to fade, like light dimming slowly. So slowly, the eye stopped noticing the change. You can remain exactly as you are. No preparation is necessary. You do not need to relax perfectly. You do not need to relax at all. Even tension can rest here. There is room for everything. If your mind wanders far away, let it wander. If it stays close, let it stay. Nothing is being measured. This is simply a quiet beginning, a space where nothing is expected, a place where listening does not require attention. And as these sounds continue, they will remain gentle, unhurried, uninterested in keeping you awake. There is nowhere to arrive, only a slow settling, without effort, without direction, just being here. And that is already enough. As the quiet remains, there is nothing you need to adjust. This moment continues without asking for effort. Breathing is already happening. Not because you are doing it, but because it has always known how. You do not need to guide it. You do not need to deepen it. You can let it be exactly as it is. An inhale arrives. It comes without intention, without planning. It does not carry meaning. It simply enters, fills the space it needs, and then gently moves on. An exhale follows, not as a release you create, but as a natural return. Nothing is pushed out. Nothing is taken away. Breath moves in, breath moves out, and neither one is holding anything. The inhale does not bring the day with it. The exhale does not take the night away. They are empty of stories. They are free of memory. You do not need to attach anything to the breath. No intention, no expectation, just movement. Quiet movement. If the breath feels uneven, that is allowed. If it pauses, that is allowed too. There is no rhythm to follow. Breathing does not need improvement. It is not trying to calm you. It is not trying to change you. It is simply continuing as it always has. And as it continues, the body listens, not with thought, but with recognition. Muscles soften without being told. Joints settle without direction. There is a gradual sense that holding is no longer necessary. Not because something is wrong, but because nothing needs support anymore. You are already supported. The surface beneath you does not shift. It does not ask you to hold yourself together. So the body begins to trust, not actively, quietly. The breath becomes less noticeable, not because it disappears, but because it no longer asks for attention. It moves like a tide at night, present, steady, unconcerned with observation. You do not need to stay with it. You do not need to watch it. If your awareness drifts away, the breath remains. If awareness returns, the breath remains. Nothing changes. There is nothing to manage here. This night is not asking you to solve anything. It is not asking you to understand yourself better. It is not asking you to let go perfectly. Letting go does not require technique. It happens when nothing is being held. And tonight, there is nothing you need to carry. Not the conversations, not the unfinished moments, not the questions. They do not need to be placed down. They simply do not need to be picked up. The breath does not collect them. It moves through empty space. In, out, clean, unburdened. Each exhale does not remove effort. Effort has already stepped aside. Each inhale does not bring calm. Calm is already present, not as a feeling, but as an absence of demand. There is no urgency here. Time feels wide, not stretched, not slowed, just open. You may notice that thoughts become quieter, or you may not notice anything at all. Both are signs of rest. The mind does not need to go silent. It only needs to stop reaching. And when it stops reaching, it naturally settles. Like something placed gently on the ground. Nothing collapses, nothing drops suddenly. Everything arrives where it belongs. Breathing continues, uninterrupted. It does not ask permission. It does not wait for awareness. It carries no instructions. It carries no weight. If you sense a moment where the edges of the body feel less clear, that is not drifting away. That is integration. The sense of me and here does not need to be defined. It can soften. It can blur. You are safe within that softness. The night holds you without needing acknowledgement. Darkness is not empty. It is full of rest. And rest does not require participation. You do not need to follow these words. They are not leading anywhere. They are simply present to keep the space gentle. If they fade into the background, that is where they belong. The breath remains. In, out, without meaning, without memory. Tonight is not a night for carrying. Tonight is a night for being held. Nothing more is needed. The day does not need to be reviewed. There is no need to look back and check what was done or what was left undone. Nothing from today requires your attention anymore. The day has already begun to close itself, not abruptly, not with an ending sound, but the way light fades when it no longer needs to stay. Moments loosen their grip. Events lose their edges. What once felt close now feels distant, as if it belongs to someone else. You do not need to process it. You do not need to make sense of it. The day knows how to finish without explanation. Tasks no longer stand upright. They soften, then dissolve. They are not waiting. They are not watching. They have already stepped away. There is no list to complete, no message that needs answering, no decision that needs to be held overnight. Even the things that felt unresolved no longer require resolution. They can rest unfinished. Nothing bad happens when a day ends without closure. Completion is not always necessary. Rest does not depend on understanding. Your mind does not need to keep moving. It does not need to scan. It does not need to replay. It can begin to slow without being told. Thoughts lose their urgency. They become quieter, not because they disappear, but because they no longer need to speak. There is a sense of being done, not done perfectly, just done enough. The body recognizes this before the mind does. A subtle signal, that the effort of staying upright is no longer required. The weight of the day slides off without ceremony, not dropped, not pushed away, just no longer held. Muscles that worked earlier no longer remember why. They do not need to remember. The nervous system begins to settle into a slower rhythm, not because it is instructed, but because the environment has changed. The day is leaving, and night is already here. Night does not arrive with demands. It does not ask you to be anything specific. It does not expect productivity. It does not require reflection. It simply offers space, a wide, quiet space where nothing needs to be managed. In this space, there is a feeling of waiting, not the restless kind, not anticipation, but a gentle readiness, as if something calm has already been prepared. Somewhere nearby, without needing to be imagined clearly, a train is waiting. It is not rushing. It is not calling for attention. It is simply present. Doors open, lights warm, not bright, no crowds, no noise, just the assurance that it will carry you without asking questions. You do not need to board it yet. There is no schedule to follow. Knowing it is there is enough. The idea of movement exists without motion, travel without effort, a transition that does not require you to do anything. The train does not need your energy. It does not need your thoughts. It does not need your story. It is ready whether you are or not. The day has finished its work. You do not need to carry it forward. It stays behind, closed gently, like a book placed back on the shelf. You are not inside it anymore. You are outside of it now. Safe, unburdened. The night holds what remains, and what remains is very little. Just presence, just breathing, just the sense that you are being guided without being led. There is no direction you must follow. The train knows where it is going. You do not need to know. You do not need to prepare for arrival. Rest happens on the way. The sound of the day fades completely now, not replaced by silence, but by something softer, a low, steady quiet, like distance, like snow falling somewhere far away, not seen, only felt as calm. Nothing more is asked of you tonight. Nothing more is expected. The journey has already begun the moment you stopped holding the day, and you are free to let it carry you at its own pace. There is nothing left to think about, only the gentle sense of being on your way, without effort, without urgency. The day is complete, and the train is waiting. The platform appears without effort. It is already there, waiting in stillness, as if it has always existed for this exact moment. The air feels settled, not cold in a sharp way, but cool enough to be clear. Snow falls quietly, not as an event, not as something to watch, but as a gentle continuation of the night itself. Each flake moves on its own time. No hurry, no destination to reach, They descend as if gravity has softened. The ground receives them without sound. There is no echo here. Footsteps are distant, or perhaps imagined. The station does not feel empty. It feels complete. Lights glow above the platform, not bright, not demanding attention. A warm yellow tone that does not cut into the dark, but rests inside it. The light does not push away shadows. It allows them to remain. Edges blur gently. Nothing is sharply defined. The world feels kind in this softness. There is space between things. Space that does not need filling. The bench nearby does not ask you to sit. The tracks do not ask you to move forward. Everything here is optional. Snow gathers slowly along the edges of metal, on signs, on railings. It changes the shape of things without erasing them. Nothing disappears. It only becomes quieter. The air holds a faint hush, not silence, but something close to it. A sound that feels like distance, like the pause between thoughts when nothing interrupts. Your body responds naturally to this place, not with excitement, not with anticipation, but with recognition, as if it remembers how to be here. Breathing remains easy, not shallow, not deep, just present. The shoulders do not lift, the hands do not grip. There is nothing to prepare for. You are not early. You are not late. Time behaves differently under falling snow. Minutes do not stack. They spread out. The platform stretches gently, as if it has more room than it needs. No announcements interrupt the air. No voices cut through the quiet. Even sound seems to walk slowly here. You do not need to listen closely. Hearing happens on its own. The mind does not search for meaning. It notices and then rests. Snow continues its patient descent. There is no pattern to follow, no symmetry to admire, just movement that does not ask to be understood. The yellow light reflects softly on the surface below, not shining, just warming the scene. It does not guide you, it simply stays. There is comfort in that staying, in things that do not rush you. The platform feels safe without declaring itself so. Nothing warns you, nothing instructs you. You are free to stand exactly as you are. The cold does not demand reaction. It is gentle, almost distant. It keeps the air awake while allowing the body to rest. Clothing feels heavier now, not because of weight, but because the body has stopped holding itself up. You are being held by the moment. Snow gathers in places you do not need to notice, on edges, on corners, on the quiet spaces between structures. The station breathes slowly, not with sound, but with presence. It feels old in a comforting way, as if it has seen many nights like this one and knows how to keep them calm. Nothing unexpected happens here, and that is exactly what makes it gentle. You do not need to look for the train. Knowing it will arrive is enough. Waiting here does not feel like waiting. It feels like resting before movement, a pause that belongs to the journey itself. The snow does not accumulate quickly. It takes its time, layer by layer, without pressure, just enough to soften the world. Your thoughts slow in response, not because they are forced, but because speed no longer fits the environment. Even memory feels distant. The day is fully behind you now. The future does not lean forward. Everything meets in this quiet middle space. The yellow lights remain steady. They do not flicker. They do not signal change. They simply continue to glow. There is comfort in something that stays consistent. Snow keeps falling. The platform remains calm, and you remain here without needing to decide what comes next. This stillness is not empty. It is full of ease, full of permission to do nothing at all. The station holds the night with care, and the night returns the favor by staying gentle. Nothing is missing. Nothing needs to arrive yet. The quiet itself is enough. Standing here does not feel like waiting. It feels like being allowed to remain. The body is upright, but there is no effort in it. No tension holding you in place. The ground supports without pressure. Balance happens quietly, without adjustment. The air touches the skin, but it does not bite. There is coolness, but no cold. Nothing sharp. Nothing that asks the body to react or protect itself. Clothing feels sufficient, not heavy, not restrictive, just present, as if everything you need has already been provided. There is no shiver, no instinct to move away. The body recognizes that it is safe here. Safety does not announce itself. It does not come with reassurance. It simply exists, and the body believes it. The chest remains open. Breathing stays unguarded. There is no bracing against the night, no preparing for discomfort. The mind does not scan the environment. It does not look for threats. It does not calculate time. It rests within the moment without checking the edges. Standing becomes natural, like leaning against nothing and still being held. There is a quiet sense that something larger is taking care of the details. You do not need to know what that is. You do not need to name it. It is enough to feel the absence of worry, the absence of urgency. The space around you feels gently enclosed, not by walls but by calm. The platform does not feel exposed. It feels sheltered, even under open sky. Snow continues to fall, but it does not land with weight. It brushes past, softly, like something passing by without intention. Nothing accumulates on you. Nothing clings. You are untouched in the most comforting way. Time does not stretch. It does not press forward. It simply holds. There is no clock you need to check. No schedule that belongs to you. The train will come when it comes, and that is enough. The idea of delay does not exist here. Neither does anticipation. You are not leaning into the future. You are not anchored to the past. You are standing inside a protected moment. The nervous system recognizes this quickly. Signals soften. Alertness fades without being shut down. Awareness remains, but it is gentle, wide, uninterested in detail. There is nothing you are responsible for while standing here. No role to play, no identity to maintain. You are not someone waiting for a train. You are simply here while the train happens to be on its way. That difference matters because it removes pressure. You do not need to be ready. You do not need to prepare your thoughts, your body, your intentions. Everything can remain exactly as it is. The warmth you feel does not come from heat. It comes from steadiness, from the sense that nothing will intrude. The night holds its distance. The world feels respectful here. Nothing rushes toward you. Nothing pulls you away. There is a soft boundary around this moment, like a quiet agreement that you will not be disturbed. Snow falls beyond it. Sound stays outside it. Even thought moves more slowly as it approaches. You may notice that your hands feel comfortably neutral, neither cold nor warm, just there. The face remains relaxed. The jaw stays loose. Eyes do not search. They rest without closing, or they close without needing to be told. Either way, the body knows it does not need to defend itself. Standing becomes rest. Stillness becomes support. You are not exposed to the night. You are accompanied by it. The feeling of being watched over does not come from above. It comes from within the space itself. From the way nothing threatens. From the way everything stays in place. The platform feels like a pause designed for care. A place where nothing unexpected happens. And nothing unexpected is exactly what allows the body to settle so deeply. You are not alone here, but you are not crowded either. There is presence without pressure, company without demand. The train does not need to be seen. Its arrival does not need to be imagined. Knowing it exists is enough to feel held, like knowing a door is unlocked without needing to open it. Your weight remains evenly distributed. There is no leaning forward, no pulling back, just standing, supported on all sides by a moment that asks nothing. If there is a thought, it does not linger. If there is a feeling, it does not expand. Everything stays contained within comfort. This is what protection feels like when it is quiet, not dramatic, not announced, just reliable. You are safe to remain here for as long as this moment lasts. Nothing needs to change. Nothing needs to arrive yet. Standing here is already enough. The first sound does not arrive suddenly. It is already there before you recognize it. Low, distant, a tone that feels more like presence than noise. It does not interrupt the night. It blends into it. You do not need to turn toward it. You do not need to listen closely. The sound moves on its own, steady, unhurried. It carries no urgency, no warning, just consistency, the kind that does not ask for attention. The platform, does not change. Snow continues as it was. Lights remain warm. Nothing reacts. And that is how you know this sound belongs here. It grows slightly fuller, not louder, just closer. Like something approaching with certainty, not speed. Each moment feels accounted for. There is no rush to arrive. The sound holds a depth that feels grounded, not sharp, not mechanical. It feels weighted, as if it carries more reassurance than motion. Your body recognizes this tone, not consciously, not with thought, but with ease. Muscles do not tense. Breathing does not change. Nothing braces. The sound does not signal effort. It signals reliability, a rhythm that has existed long before this night, long before you arrived on this platform. The train does not announce itself. It does not demand space. It simply becomes present. The low vibration settles into the ground, not shaking, just confirming that something solid is moving nearby. You are not required to respond. The sound does not pull you forward. It does not push you back. It surrounds gently, like something familiar passing close enough to be felt, not examined. The idea of distance changes here. The train is not far or near. It is simply coming at its own pace. Time adjusts around it. Moments stretch without thinning. There is a sense that nothing can go wrong with something that moves this slowly. The sound repeats, even, measured. Not looping, not insistent, just continuing. You may notice that your thoughts do not respond. They do not comment. They do not interpret. They remain quiet because there is nothing they need to solve. The sound does not ask who you are. It does not care where you are going. It arrives without requiring context. The body remains upright, but resting. The ground feels unchanged. The air feels unchanged. Only the presence of something dependable has entered the space. The train carries weight, but not pressure. Mass, but not force. It moves as if the world has already made room for it. There is comfort in that kind of movement. Movement that does not compete. Movement that does not hurry. The sound deepens again. Not louder, more complete. As if all the smaller sounds have stepped aside naturally. Nothing is silenced. Everything simply listens. Snow continues to fall, unconcerned. Lights continue to glow. The platform remains calm. The train's approach does not change the mood. It confirms it. This is not a beginning that demands energy. It is a continuation that invites trust. The sound holds a promise without words. Not excitement, not anticipation, just assurance that it will stop, that it will wait, that it will carry without asking anything in return. You don't need to prepare to board. You do not need to gather yourself. The train does not require readiness. It arrives ready on its own. The rhythm remains slow, reliable, like something that has done this many times before and sees no reason to change now. The vibration beneath your feet is barely noticeable. It does not travel upward. It stays grounded. The body feels steady because the world feels steady. Nothing tilts. Nothing accelerates. The sound does not peak. It does not fade. It simply stays until it no longer needs to. There is comfort in knowing that this arrival is not fragile. It will not disappear suddenly. It will not surprise you. It moves within expectation without being predictable. The train reaches the platform without ceremony. No dramatic change, no sharp moment, just a quiet arrival that feels like it was always meant to happen this way. The sound softens slightly, not because it weakens, but because it has arrived. Its work is done for now, and in that presence, there is nothing left for you to do. You are not early. You are not late. You have not missed anything. The train has come exactly as it should. Slow, deep, reliable. The step forward happens without decision. It is not a choice. It is simply the next thing. Your body moves before thought arrives. Not hurried, not hesitant, just natural. The distance between where you are and where the train is does not feel like space. It feels like a soft transition. The platform remains behind without resistance. It does not pull at you. It does not ask you to stay. The doorway is already open, not wide, not narrow, exactly enough. You do not need to lift your feet carefully. You do not need to watch your step. The ground meets you with familiarity. Inside the train, the air feels different. Not heavier, not thinner, just settled, as if it has been waiting to hold warmth in place. The cold does not follow you in. It stays outside without complaint. There is no sudden change, no sharp contrast. The transition is smooth, almost unnoticed. The door closes quietly, not with a sound that announces itself, not with finality, just a soft sealing of one space from another. Nothing is locked away, nothing is shut out harshly. The outside remains real, but it is no longer around you. Inside, the temperature feels steady, not warm in a way that demands attention. Warm in a way that removes the need to think about warmth at all. Your shoulders respond first. They lower slightly, not because you tell them to, because they recognize that holding is no longer required. The chest softens. Breathing adjusts without instruction. The body understands that it has arrived somewhere that will carry it. The floor beneath your feet feels solid, but forgiving. Not rigid, not unstable, just reliable. You do not look for a seat. You do not need to. Standing here already feels like being supported. There is no urgency to settle. The train does not rush you into comfort. It allows comfort to appear on its own. The door remains closed now, not as a barrier, as a boundary that protects the inside. Sound changes subtly, not quieter, more contained. The low hum of the train exists beneath everything, like a foundation. It does not vibrate sharply. It does not pulse. It simply remains. A steady presence you do not need to follow. You are inside something that knows how to move without disturbing what it carries. The sense of being exposed is gone, not replaced by enclosure, but by inclusion. You are not sealed away, you are gathered in. Warmth surrounds without touching. It does not press against the skin. It fills the space gently, evenly. There are no drafts, no edges, nothing to adjust. Your hands feel neutral. Your face remains relaxed. Eyes may lower or remain open without searching. Either way, the body feels permitted to rest further. The train has not moved yet, and it does not need to. This moment is not about motion. It is about arrival into safety. The outside world continues as it was. Snow still falls, lights still glow. But none of it reaches you now, not because it is blocked, but because it is no longer required. Inside the carriage, time does not ask for attention. It does not need to be tracked. You are not responsible for when things begin. The train will decide when movement is appropriate. And you are free to stop anticipating. The door stays closed with a quiet confidence. It will open again when needed. You do not need to remember how to open it. You do not need to prepare for leaving. Right now, there is nowhere else to be. The warmth continues to settle deeper, not increasing, not spreading dramatically, just confirming that this space is designed to carry rest. Your weight feels distributed, not downward, not forward, just evenly held. There is no reason to keep the body alert, no reason to monitor the environment. Everything essential is already handled. The train does not ask for trust. It earns it by how little it asks of you. The closed door is not an ending. It is a gentle pause between what has been and what will come next. And in this pause, nothing needs to be decided. You are inside. You are warm. You are carried even before movement begins. Inside the carriage, everything feels settled, not arranged, not prepared, simply settled, as if it has always been this way. The space does not greet you. It does not introduce itself. It does not need to. Its purpose is quiet, and it fulfills it without effort. The seat nearby does not draw attention. It waits without expectation. When your body moves toward it, the movement feels natural, unplanned, unforced. The seat receives your weight without response. No shift, no sound, just a gentle acceptance. The softness is not deep, not sinking. It supports without holding. It allows your body to remain as it is, without correction. Your back rests without being pushed upright. Your legs settle without instruction. Nothing asks you to adjust yourself. The seat already knows how to carry tiredness. The light inside the carriage does not come from a single source. It seems to exist everywhere at once, evenly. A warm tone, not yellow, not white, something in between, soft enough that shadows do not feel separate. The light does not create contrast. It smooths edges. It reduces definition without removing clarity. Your eyes do not need to focus. They do not need to search. They rest naturally within the glow. Nothing flickers. Nothing pulses. The light remains constant, as if it has no reason to change. This constancy invites the body to stop monitoring. There is no movement nearby that requires attention. No footsteps approaching. No voices overlapping. No interruptions waiting their turn. The carriage feels occupied by stillness, not emptiness. Stillness that feels complete. You are not alone, but you are undisturbed. Presence exists without intrusion. The sound inside the train is low and contained. A quiet hum that does not travel far. It does not echo. It does not demand listening. It remains beneath awareness, steady, unchanging. Your breathing finds its own place within this sound. Not sinking, not resisting, just existing together. The air inside holds warmth evenly. No drafts, no currents, no reason to notice temperature. Comfort becomes background. Something you no longer think about. The seat supports in all the right places without being noticed. Pressure distributes itself without instruction. The body no longer holds its own weight. It allows the surface beneath to do that work. The sense of time softens further here. Minutes no longer feel separate. They do not line up. They do not move forward. They simply dissolve into presence. There is nothing scheduled inside this space. No expectation of progress. No requirement to arrive anywhere. The train will move when it is ready. And even that does not require your awareness. You are not responsible for the journey. The carriage does not require your participation. It carries you without needing attention. The quiet inside is protective, not isolating. Protective in the way a closed book keeps its story safe. Nothing reaches in, nothing pulls out. You remain undisturbed in the middle. Your hands find a resting position without instruction. Your shoulders remain lowered. The jaw stays loose. There is no need to check your surroundings. No one is watching. No one is waiting. No one expects anything from you. This absence of demand is deeply reassuring. The mind recognizes it and steps back, not shutting down, just releasing effort. Thoughts lose structure. They appear without forming sentences, or they do not appear at all. Either way, nothing is missing. The seat remains steady. The light remains gentle. The space remains yours without ownership. You do not need to protect this moment. It is protected already. The train does not rush to begin. It honors this stillness as part of the journey. Movement will come later. Right now, rest is enough. Your body continues to settle in small ways, not dramatic, barely noticeable. A shoulder softens further. The neck releases slightly. The weight of the head finds balance. Everything adjusts without effort. The interior of the carriage feels like a pause, designed for rest, not temporary, not rushed. A pause that belongs exactly where it is. There is no reason to mark time here. No need to remember how long you have been sitting. The environment does not change. It remains consistent, which allows the nervous system to trust it fully. Consistency becomes comfort. Comfort becomes permission. Permission becomes rest. No one enters. No one exits. The doors remain closed with quiet confidence. They do not trap. They protect. Sound remains soft. Light remains even. The seat remains supportive. And you remain undisturbed. This is not a place where things happen. It is a place where things stop happening. And in that stopping, the body remembers how to rest deeply. You do not need to stay awake for this. You do not need to witness it. Rest occurs whether or not you are aware of it. The carriage holds you without question. Nothing interrupts. Nothing intrudes. Nothing asks. This is enough. There is a seat that feels familiar, not because you remember it, but because your body does. It does not stand out. It does not invite. It simply feels right the moment you notice it. You do not compare it to any other place. There is no decision to be made. The body already knows where to go. Movement happens quietly. No rush, no hesitation. Just a small shift forward, then downward. Sitting does not feel like an action. It feels like a continuation of rest. The seat receives you slowly, evenly. There is no drop, no sudden release, just a gradual meeting between weight and support. The surface beneath adjusts without sound, not changing shape dramatically, just enough, as much as needed. The body responds immediately, not with relief, but with recognition, as if it has arrived somewhere it belongs. The back is held without being pressed. The spine is supported without being straightened. There is no instruction to sit correctly. Correctness does not exist here. The legs settle without direction. They do not need to align. They do not need to balance anything. The seat carries that work now. The weight of the body is no longer managed from within. It is given away. Shared. The shoulders drop another small amount, not dramatically, barely noticeable, but enough for the neck to soften further. The head finds its place without being held upright. It rests because it is allowed to. Breathing adjusts on its own, not deeper, not slower, just easier. There is no effort to remain seated, no subtle tension keeping you in place. The body trusts the surface beneath. Trust happens quietly. It does not announce itself. It simply removes the need to hold. The sense of gravity changes here, not weaker, more cooperative. It no longer pulls downward. It settles. The seat and the body share the weight evenly. Nothing strains. Nothing resists. The feeling of being held becomes clear, not emotional, not symbolic, physical, reliable. Your hands rest where they land. No adjustment, no placement. They stop moving because they no longer need to. The jaw remains loose. The face remains neutral. Eyes may soften. They may close without instruction. Or they may stay open, unfocused, resting. Either way, there is no demand to stay alert. The seat does not shift. It does not respond to every movement. It remains stable, which allows the body to stop checking. Micro adjustments fade. The constant, subtle corrections that happen during the day are no longer necessary. The nervous system recognizes this quickly. Signals slow. Effort drains away without being forced. This is not collapse. It is support. The kind that allows strength to rest without disappearing. The space around you feels respectful. No one enters your awareness. No one asks for space. No one interrupts. You are seated without being observed. Privacy exists without isolation. The interior of the carriage holds this moment gently. Nothing changes, nothing progresses. There is no reason to move again. The seat becomes an extension of the body, not separate, not something you sit on, something that sits with you. The sense of temperature remains neutral. Warmth stays consistent. No fluctuations, nothing draws attention. Comfort remains in the background where it belongs. Time loosens further. Sitting does not mark a point in the journey. It simply deepens the rest already happening. There is no expectation that you will get up soon. No countdown. No awareness of distance. You are not waiting for the train to move. You are not waiting for anything at all. This seat does not prepare you for what comes next. It allows you to remain fully here. The sense of being held extends beyond the body. The carriage holds the seat. The train holds the carriage. The night holds the train. And nothing asks for anything in return. You do not need to think about where you are. You do not need to remember how you got here. The body has already arrived. That is enough. Breathing continues without attention. The rhythm does not change. It simply blends into the steadiness around you. The seat does not tighten. It does not release suddenly. It remains exactly as it is. That consistency allows the body to let go completely, not falling asleep, not losing awareness, just resting without holding itself together. There is nothing to improve about this position, nothing to optimize, nothing to adjust. The familiar feeling of being supported is complete. You are sitting, you are held, and nothing else is required. The movement begins before it is noticed. There is no signal, no announcement, no moment that asks for attention. The train does not start. It simply continues in a new way. At first, nothing seems different. The seat remains steady. The light does not shift. The sound does not rise. Only a subtle change in the relationship between the body and the space around it. a gentle suggestion of motion, not forward, not backward, just movement. The rhythm arrives quietly, even, measured, so soft that it feels more like balance than travel. The carriage does not sway, it glides. The body registers this without reaction. There is no need to brace, no need to adjust posture. Nothing pulls, nothing pushes. The motion is cooperative. It works with the body, not against it. The seat continues to hold your weight exactly as before. The support does not change just because the world does. This is how you know the movement is safe, reliable, unconcerned with speed. The rhythm remains constant, not accelerating, not hesitating. It does not test the track. It does not explore the path. It already knows where it is going. You do not feel the beginning of distance. You feel the absence of resistance. The sense of effort never appears. Nothing in the body needs to respond. Breathing continues as it was, unaware of motion. The mind does not follow the direction of travel. It stays where it is. The train does the moving for you. The sound beneath everything becomes slightly more present, not louder, more continuous. A low, steady layer that supports the moment without defining it. It does not mark time. It does not count seconds. It does not suggest progress. It simply stays. The wheels do not announce their contact with the rails. There is no sharp rhythm, no pattern to follow. Only a smooth repetition that does not ask to be noticed. The carriage feels as if it is floating just above effort. The sensation is subtle, barely there, like being carried by something that has done this many times before. The body responds by letting go further, not consciously, not deliberately, just naturally. The muscles that remained engaged out of habit no longer need to. They soften without instruction. The neck stays loose. The shoulders remain lowered. The hands do not shift. Everything trusts the direction of travel without knowing it. There is no rush in this movement, no urgency, no reason to arrive quickly. Speed is irrelevant here. What matters is continuity, and continuity is what the train offers. The outside world begins to slide past without demanding awareness. You do not need to imagine it. You do not need to picture the landscape. Movement exists without imagery, without destination. The idea of distance becomes abstract, unimportant. You are not going somewhere. You are being carried. The rhythm does not change to keep you awake. It does not vary to maintain interest. It remains exactly what it needs to be. Even, light, unhurried. The consistency is deeply reassuring. Nothing sudden will happen next. Nothing unexpected is coming. The train has chosen this pace deliberately. A pace that allows the body to rest while motion continues. The seat supports every small shift without comment. The carriage absorbs the movement so the body does not have to. You remain still while the world moves. And that distinction matters. Because stillness is what allows rest to deepen. The rhythm becomes a background presence, like breathing, like warmth, something that exists without needing awareness. If a thought appears, it drifts. If awareness fades, nothing changes. The movement continues regardless. There is no moment you need to mark as important, no transition that needs witnessing. The journey unfolds on its own, and you are free to remain exactly as you are. The train does not hurry the night, it moves with it, aligned, cooperative. The motion feels endless in the most comforting way, not because it will never end, but because it does not suggest an ending. You do not feel the need to track time. You do not feel the need to know how far you have gone. The rhythm is enough. The steadiness is enough. The movement carries you without asking for participation. You are not traveling. You are resting while travel happens. And that is exactly how it is meant to be. The sound does not arrive all at once. It reveals itself gradually, as if it has always been there and you are only now noticing it. A low repetition, soft, consistent. The wheels meet the track without emphasis. There is no impact, no sharp contact, just a gentle rhythm forming beneath everything else. The sound does not move forward. It does not come closer. It does not fade away. It stays exactly where it is, steady, reliable. A pattern that does not ask to be followed. It repeats without variation, not mechanical, not strict, natural, like something breathing at its own pace. The repetition does not demand attention. It allows attention to soften, to loosen, to drift. Each sound is similar to the one before it, but not identical. There is enough sameness to feel safe, enough difference to remain gentle. The rhythm does not push time forward. It does not mark distance. It does not suggest progress. It simply continues. The mind does not try to count it. It does not search for the next sound. It allows the pattern to exist on its own. This is how the sound becomes a cradle, not holding, not rocking, just present, beneath everything. The body responds quietly. Muscles release without instruction. The jaw remains loose. The tongue rests naturally. There is no need to listen closely. Hearing happens without effort. The sound enters and leaves without being tracked. The repetition becomes familiar within moments, not remembered, recognized, like something known without having been learned. The nervous system understands this kind of sound. It does not signal danger. It does not signal change. It signals continuity. And continuity is what allows rest to deepen. Breathing aligns gently, not sinking, not matching, just settling into the same ease. The sound does not speed up when you relax. It does not slow down when awareness fades. It remains exactly as it is. That consistency removes the need to stay alert. There is nothing new to prepare for, nothing unexpected to monitor. The sound does not peak. It does not build. It does not resolve. It loops gently without closing itself, like a circle that does not need to complete. The carriage absorbs any sharpness. Only the softened rhythm remains. The sound does not travel through the body. It stays outside like a blanket laid gently nearby, close enough to be comforting, far enough to be unobtrusive. Thoughts become lighter, not quieter, lighter. They lose weight. They drift without attachment, or they stop forming entirely. Either way, the sound continues. It does not react to your state. It does not follow your attention. It exists independently. That independence is what makes it trustworthy. You do not need to participate. You do not need to stay awake. The sound does not require a listener. It would continue even if you drifted far away. The repetition becomes a soft guide, not leading anywhere, just indicating that everything is moving as it should. The rhythm does not interfere with sleep. It invites it, not by pulling you in, but by making space for it to arrive. There is no moment when the sound changes enough to wake you. No sudden shift, no interruption. It remains even, like something that understands the fragility of rest. The body recognizes this and lets go further. The last small tensions that remained out of habit no longer have a reason to stay. They dissolve without direction, without intention, just because the environment allows it. The sound becomes part of the background of being, not something you hear, something you are within, like darkness, like warmth, like stillness that moves gently. There is no need to notice each repetition. You are free to miss some. You are free to miss many. The sound does not mind. It does not require acknowledgement. It continues with quiet patience. Sleep does not need to be achieved. It is already near. The repetition creates a wide, safe space where nothing changes abruptly. And within that space, the body naturally drifts toward rest, not falling, not slipping, just easing into a softer state. The sound remains, repeating, gentle, unhurried, a steady presence that carries the night forward without asking you to come along consciously. You are not required to stay here. You are allowed to drift away. The sound will remain either way. And that is why it feels so easy to sleep. The window is already there when your attention reaches it. It does not frame the view. It does not ask you to look. It simply allows the outside to exist without entering. Beyond the glass, snow moves sideways, not falling, not drifting, just passing. Its direction is unclear, and it does not need to be. The flakes do not hurry. They do not arrive anywhere. They move because movement is happening. The darkness outside is not empty. It is deep, layered, like something that has been there long before this train, long before this night. The light from inside does not compete with it. It softens at the glass and stops. What remains outside is untouched. Snow crosses the window without sound, without pattern. Each flake appears, then disappears without being followed. There is no need to focus your eyes. Vision relaxes, edges blur. The scene does not sharpen no matter how long you look. And that is a relief. Nothing here asks to be understood. The movement outside is slower than thought, slower than memory. It does not carry meaning. It carries time without direction. The train continues forward, but the window does not confirm it. There is no clear sense of speed, only the suggestion that something is happening very gently. The outside world slides by as if it has agreed not to disturb you. Lights appear occasionally, then fade, not signaling places, not marking distance, just brief presences that do not linger. The darkness absorbs them easily. Your eyes do not chase them. They pass, and your attention passes with them, then rests. Snow becomes texture, not objects, not shapes, just movement against dark. The mind does not comment. It does not narrate. It does not label. It watches without involvement, or it stops watching altogether. Both feel the same. The glass between you and the night feels neither barrier nor separation. It is simply there, keeping temperatures apart while allowing stillness to flow. Inside remains warm. Outside remains cold. Neither needs to change. Your reflection does not appear clearly. The light is too soft for that. There is no face to recognize, no expression to read, only the faint suggestion that you are present, and even that is not important. The snow thickens slightly, or perhaps it does not. It is difficult to tell. Time outside does not behave predictably. Moments stretch without sequence. There is no before, no after, just ongoing motion. The train does not announce where it is going. The window does not explain where you are. And the mind does not ask anymore. This is the point where effort dissolves. Not suddenly, not completely. Just enough to let awareness loosen its grip. You may notice that blinking becomes slower, or that your eyes remain half closed without intention. The view does not disappear. It fades into something softer. Snow becomes blur. Darkness becomes depth. Movement becomes feeling. The sensation of traveling no longer belongs to the body. It belongs to the world outside. You are still. The night moves for you. There is a gentle sense of being carried through something vast without needing to know what it is. The repetition of snow, of darkness, of passing light creates a rhythm that does not repeat exactly. It reassures by not changing too much. It calms by not staying perfectly the same. The window does not demand that you stay with it. If your gaze drifts away, nothing is lost. If it returns, nothing begins again. Everything continues without you, and that is comforting. The outside world does not depend on your attention. It moves gently, patiently, without asking for acknowledgement. The night deepens further, not darker, deeper, like water that does not get colder as it gets deeper, just quieter. Snow continues its sideways passage. No accumulation, no completion, just motion without goal. The mind begins to mirror this. Thoughts lose direction. They no longer move toward conclusions. They float briefly, then dissolve. Or they do not form at all. Both feel natural. Looking becomes resting. Seeing becomes sensing. The window is no longer something you look through. It becomes part of the environment holding you. Inside and outside find a gentle balance. Nothing intrudes. Nothing calls. Nothing pulls you back toward wakefulness. The train continues. The snow continues. The night continues. And you are free to drift between them without effort. There is no need to stay awake for this view. It does not require witnessing. It remains whether you are aware of it or not. The slow passing of the world creates a wide, safe space for sleep to arrive naturally, not as an event, not as a decision, just as the next soft state. The window holds the night. The night holds the snow. The train holds you. And everything moves at exactly the speed rest requires. The forest appears gradually, not suddenly, not as a scene. It arrives as a feeling first, a sense of density, of presence without movement. Beyond the window, shapes become taller, darker, more still. Trees stand close together, not crowded, connected. Their branches hold snow without effort. Nothing bends, nothing shakes. The weight is shared evenly. Snow rests as if it has always been there. The forest does not change as the train passes. It does not respond. It does not watch. It simply remains. Tall trunks move past slowly, one after another, without pattern. There is no beginning to them, no end, just continuation. The darkness between the trees is not empty. It is full of quiet, a quiet that feels complete. No wind moves here. No animals cross the view. Nothing interrupts the stillness, and nothing needs to. Snow covers branches gently, not thick, not dramatic, just enough to soften every edge. Sharp lines disappear. Everything becomes rounded. The forest does not invite thought. It does not offer stories. It does not suggest memory. It exists without narrative, and that makes it easy to rest within. Your eyes do not follow individual trees. They relax into repetition. Dark, light, dark again. The rhythm is visual, but not engaging. It does not stimulate. It soothes. The train continues, but the forest makes movement feel irrelevant. Speed dissolves. Direction fades. Only the sense of passing remains. just vertical forms sliding gently past. The mind does not try to organize them. There is nothing to organize. Thought slows because it has nothing to do. Snow-covered branches form soft layers against the night. Depth appears without distance. Everything feels close, yet untouched. The forest holds its silence with confidence. It does not need to protect it. Nothing threatens it. The stillness is stable, reliable. It has existed longer than this moment, longer than thought. The window reflects almost nothing now. Light inside the train is too soft to compete with the dark. You are barely visible to yourself, and that feels right. The sense of self becomes less defined, not gone, just quieter. There's no need to observe closely. Seeing happens without effort. And when seeing fades, nothing is lost. The forest continues without you. That independence is comforting. You are not responsible for what you see. You are free to stop seeing. Snow rests on every surface without choosing sides. No branch is more important than another. Everything receives the same softness. The repetition of trees creates a visual hum, not hypnotic, not demanding, just steady, like something ancient doing what it has always done. The night deepens within the forest, not darker, calmer. Sound disappears entirely now. Only the idea of quiet remains, and even that idea soon fades. The forest does not encourage attention. It allows awareness to drift downward, like sinking into something that supports without pressure. Your thoughts no longer form complete shapes. They soften at the edges. They pass through without stopping, or they dissolve before arriving. Both feel natural. The trees do not judge this drifting. They do not require presence. They stand whether you notice or not. Snow holds the branches. Branches hold the snow. Nothing falls, nothing changes. The train moves gently on, but the forest makes it feel as though nothing is moving at all. Time becomes wide, unmeasured. You do not know how long this view lasts, and you do not need to. The forest offers no information, only rest. Your breathing remains steady, unaware of trees, unaware of snow. The body rests inside its own rhythm. The forest mirrors this. Still, contained, complete. There is no emotion attached to this scene. No sadness, no joy, just neutrality. And neutrality is deeply calming. The mind releases its last small efforts to understand. Understanding is unnecessary here. Everything is already settled. The forest does not end. It does not begin. It simply continues until awareness no longer follows. And when awareness drifts away, nothing collapses, nothing disappears. The trees remain, the snow remains, the night remains. You are free to let go completely. There is nothing to miss, nothing to remember, nothing to hold on to. The forest has no message. And that is why it is so restful. You do not need to think. You do not need to imagine. You do not need to stay awake. The forest carries on in silence. The train carries you, and rest deepens without effort. The forest slowly gives way, not disappearing, just opening. Between the trees, small points of light begin to appear. Not bright, not calling, just present. They do not arrive all at once. One light, then another, each one steady, as if it has been there for a long time already. The shapes beyond the window become gentler, lower, closer to the ground. The land feels inhabited, but not busy. Quiet lives continuing without announcement. Small houses rest in the snow. They do not stand out. They blend into the night. Roofs hold white layers without strain. Nothing looks temporary. Everything feels settled. Warm light glows behind windows. Not strong, not dramatic. The kind of light that does not spill outward, but stays where it belongs. It does not illuminate the world. It warms it. Smoke rises slowly from chimneys, not thick, not urgent. It lifts gently, as if it knows there is no hurry to disappear. The smoke does not signal activity. It signals care. Something tended, something watched over. The village does not react to the passing train. It does not look up. It does not pause. Life continues quietly inside warm rooms. You do not see people. You do not need to. Their presence is felt without being shown. A sense of togetherness without sound. The houses feel close to one another, but not crowded. They share warmth. They share night. Each light belongs to someone resting, someone returning, someone already home. The thought of home appears gently, not as memory, not as longing, just as a feeling that exists in the body, a sense of safety that does not need explanation. The village passes slowly, not quickly enough to be noticed, not slowly enough to hold attention. It moves at a pace that allows the feeling to settle without forming images. The lights blur softly as they slide past. They do not turn into streaks. They remain gentle points until they fade. The smoke dissolves into the night without changing it. Nothing lingers. Nothing is taken away. The warmth stays even as the village moves on. Your body responds before thought does. A subtle release deep in the chest. Not emotional, physical, like recognizing a familiar atmosphere. The nervous system softens further. Signals quiet down. The sense of alertness is no longer needed. There is nothing here that requires response. The village exists without demand. You are not expected to arrive. You are not expected to belong. The comfort is offered without condition. Windows glow softly, each one its own small world. Meals finished, voices lowered, blankets pulled closer. The details are not seen, they are felt. The train continues, but the village leaves behind a sense of warmth that does not depend on location. It settles inside you without effort. The idea of family does not come with faces. It comes as a feeling of being held without touch, of being known without explanation, of being safe without having to ask. The lights grow fewer now. The houses thin out. The night opens again. But the warmth remains. It does not belong to the village anymore. It belongs to your body. Breathing remains easy, the rhythm unchanged. The body sinks deeper into support. Nothing tightens. Nothing reaches outward. The mind does not follow the houses as they disappear. It does not replay them. It allows the feeling to remain without image. This is how comfort travels with you. Not as memory, not as thought, as a state. The train moves on through open night again, but something has shifted. The sense of isolation never appears. Even alone there is togetherness. Even in motion there is rest. The village is gone, but its quiet assurance stays, like a warmth that lingers after the door has closed. There is no need to return there. You have already received what it offered. The lights fade completely now. The smoke disappears. The night resumes its depth, and you continue, carried gently, wrapped in a feeling that does not need a name. The idea of home no longer points backward. It becomes internal, a place you are already in. There is nothing to seek, nothing to arrive at. The journey continues, but rest deepens. The body knows it is safe. The mind no longer checks, and sleep is free to come closer without interruption. At some point, the sense of distance changes, not because the train slows and not because a place appears. It changes quietly from within. The feeling of traveling softens into something else, something familiar, something that does not need direction. You are no longer moving toward something. You are simply on the way back. The idea of far loses its meaning. Not erased, just unnecessary. There is no measurement now, no remaining stretch to be counted. The journey feels complete even as it continues. This is what it feels like to be on the way home, not arriving, not anticipating, just knowing that nothing is missing anymore. The body recognizes this first, a deep settling low in the center. Not relief, not excitement, a quiet certainty. Muscles soften without instruction. Breathing remains steady without attention. The body does not ask how much longer. It does not need an answer. Time loosens its hold. Minutes are no longer lined up. They no longer move forward. They spread gently, like something no longer counted. You are not waiting for the end of the ride. You are already where you need to be. The sound of the train continues as it was, even, reliable. But it feels different now. Not because it has changed, but because your relationship to it has. It no longer carries you away, it carries you back. Back to something familiar without needing a name. Back to a state where effort is not required. The idea of distance becomes abstract. You know you are moving, but it no longer matters where. The direction does not pull. The destination does not call. Everything you need is already present. The warmth inside the carriage feels complete, not increasing, not fading, just enough. The seat continues to hold you without change. Support remains consistent. Nothing shifts, nothing prepares. The body does not ready itself for arrival. There is nothing to get ready for. Home is not a place you step into next. It is a feeling you are already inside. Thoughts become simpler, not slower, simpler. They do not form questions. They do not look ahead. They rest where they are. If a thought appears, it does not stay long. It dissolves without effort. The mind recognizes that planning is unnecessary. Knowing how long would change nothing. Knowing when would add nothing. The journey has shifted from movement to reassurance. You are on your way, and that is enough. The night outside continues to pass, but it no longer feels distant. It feels like part of the same space. The world outside and the space inside no longer feel separate. Everything belongs to the same gentle flow. The idea of arrival loses its urgency. You do not lean forward. You do not hold yourself ready. You rest as if the destination is already holding you. There is comfort in not needing to know, in allowing the journey to take the time it takes. The train does not rush, and neither do you. The sense of being carried deepens further, not physically, emotionally, existentially, like knowing you are supported without checking. The body sinks deeper into the seat, not heavier, more settled, as if gravity itself has become kinder. You do not think about the path ahead. You do not remember the path behind. Everything exists in a quiet middle, a space where nothing needs to be decided. The sound, the motion, the warmth, all continue without interruption. And you continue with them without effort. Being on the way home does not feel dramatic. It feels ordinary. And that is what makes it safe. It feels like something that has happened many times before. Something the body remembers even if the mind does not. The question of how long fades completely now. It no longer arises. It no longer matters. You are not counting down. You are not marking progress. You are resting inside certainty. The certainty that nothing is required of you. The certainty that you are not lost. The certainty that you will arrive without needing to watch it happen. The train continues. You remain, and sleep is free to move closer, knowing there is nothing left to resolve. You are on your way home, and you have been for some time now. At some point, the journey narrows, not in distance, but in feeling. The wide motion of travel softens into something more specific, more personal, more known. It feels like turning onto a familiar road, not because you see it, but because your body recognizes the shift. The sense of movement becomes intimate, less about passing through space, more about returning to something already held inside. This road does not announce itself. It does not look impressive. It does not try to be remembered. It simply appears as a continuation of where you already are. Even if it has been a long time since you last walked it, nothing feels foreign. The familiarity does not come from memory. It comes from rhythm, from the way the body responds without hesitation. You do not ask if this is the right way. You do not check signs. The question does not arise, because the road is not leading you somewhere new. It is allowing you to return to something old. The surface feels known without needing description. Each turn feels expected, even if you could not explain why. There is no surprise here, no adjustment, no need to be alert. The road accepts you without recognition, as if it never forgot you. Time behaves differently on a familiar road. It does not stretch. It does not compress. It settles. Moments fall into place without effort. There is no urgency to move faster. No concern about how long it takes. Distance loses relevance again, but in a softer way than before. Not abstract, comforting. The idea of arrival is no longer something ahead. It feels close, even if it is still unfolding. You do not need to remember details. The road does not test you. It does not ask if you still belong here. Belonging is assumed. Your breathing remains slow, even, uninterrupted. The body does not brace for what comes next. It trusts the direction without needing confirmation. There is a quiet reassurance in knowing that even after time has passed, some paths do not change how they receive you. They do not require relearning. They do not need explanation. They simply open when you return. The surroundings feel settled, not frozen in time, just patient, as if they have been waiting without expectation. Nothing rushes toward you. Nothing pulls away. Everything allows you to approach at your own pace. This road does not awaken thought. It calms it. Ideas do not form stories here. They dissolve before becoming words. There is no comparison between then and now. No measuring of change, only presence. The feeling of being guided without being directed. The road holds you in a way that feels earned, not given. Like something that belongs to you because you have been here before, even if you cannot recall when. The sense of being almost there does not create anticipation. It creates ease. The body softens further as the surroundings grow more familiar in feeling, not in image. This is not about remembering how things looked. It is about remembering how it felt to move without doubt, to be carried by certainty without needing proof. The road continues, uninterrupted. No obstacles, no questions, just continuity, the kind that invites deep rest. You are not preparing to arrive. You are not rehearsing what comes next. You are simply being brought closer to something that already knows you, even if the mind cannot name it. The road does not belong to the past. It exists now, in this quiet moment. And you exist within it, without effort. The feeling of home is no longer an idea. It is a direction you are already moving in, naturally, without resistance. There is nothing to figure out, nothing to remember correctly, nothing to get right. The road does the work, and you are free to rest while it does. This is what it feels like to return without needing to recall, to know without thinking, to move forward by letting go. The road continues to lead gently, not asking you to stay awake for it, and you allow yourself to follow without watching. The gate appears without surprise, not because it was expected, but because it never truly left. It stands where it always has, quietly marking the edge between outside and something more familiar. It does not look new. It does not look old. It looks settled. Time has touched it gently, without trying to change what matters. The shape is the same. The feeling is the same. Even if details have shifted, nothing essential feels different. The gate does not open itself. It does not call you closer. It simply exists, patient, unchanged in its role. You do not need to examine it. You do not need to remember how it used to look. Recognition happens before memory, before thought. The body knows this threshold. It responds with ease, no tension, no hesitation. Standing here does not feel like arriving. It feels like resuming, as if something paused long ago and has now continued. The gate does not judge the time that has passed. It does not ask where you have been. It does not measure absence. It accepts return as something natural. The space around it feels contained, protected, not closed off, but held. Sound softens here. Movement slows further. Even the idea of distance falls away completely. There is no before this gate and no after. There is only this quiet boundary that feels more like an embrace than a division. The surface of the gate carries subtle marks, not damage, history, small changes that speak of continuity, not decay. Nothing fragile here, nothing temporary. It has remained by being useful, by doing its job without needing attention. The presence of the gate signals something deep to the nervous system. A message without words, a signal of safety, a confirmation that effort is no longer required. The body relaxes in a way that is different from resting. This is not letting go. This is being received. You do not rush forward. There is no urgency to cross. Being here is already enough. The gate holds the pause gently. It allows you to stand without waiting. Nothing presses you onward. Nothing pulls you back. The idea of inside feels warm, but not exclusive. The idea of outside no longer matters. Both lose importance at the threshold. The gate does not separate worlds. It connects them. The memory attached to this place is not visual. It is physical. A sense of posture changing, a subtle lowering of internal guard. The body recognizes that beyond this point, nothing needs to be managed. You are not required to perform. You are not required to explain. The gate does not ask who you are now. It remembers who you have always been. Time feels gentle here, not slow, kind. Moments do not stretch, they settle. You do not feel the need to move forward to complete something. Completion is already present. Standing at the gate feels like standing within a memory that never faded. Not vivid, not emotional, just stable, reliable. The kind of familiarity that does not excite or overwhelm. It calms. The gate has not changed much, and because of that, neither have you in the ways that matter. The thought does not need to form fully. It exists as a quiet knowing. You are recognized here, not seen. Recognized. The difference matters. Seen requires attention. Recognition allows rest. You do not need to step through yet. You do not need to open anything. Being near is enough to soften the last remaining edges of alertness. The body settles into a deep sense of permission. Permission to stop. Permission to stay. Permission to sleep. The gate remains, unchanged, doing what it has always done, and you remain with it, held in a moment that does not need to move forward. Above everything, there is the roof. It does not draw attention to itself. It does not need to. Its presence has always been quiet, steady, unquestioned. You do not look up at it to check if it is there. You simply feel what it provides. A sense of being covered, held, protected. The roof does not belong to a specific moment. It stretches across time, across seasons, across years that passed without needing to be counted. It has seen rain fall without rushing it away. It has allowed wind to move without letting it enter. Its work was never dramatic. It did not fight the weather. It endured it, quietly, patiently. The roof learned the rhythm of storms and long, calm days. It adjusted without complaint. It stayed. Under it, life unfolded. Not all of it gentle, not all of it easy, but all of it contained. The roof did not choose which moments to protect. It covered everything equally. Laughter, silence, sleep, waiting. Time passed beneath it without being pushed. Years layered themselves gently, one on top of another, like dust that never needed to be wiped away. The roof did not age loudly. It changed in ways that did not matter. Its role remained the same. It did not promise that nothing would hurt. It promised that nothing would be faced alone. Standing here now, you do not recall specific memories. You feel a long continuity, a sense that no matter how far you went, something remained over you, watching, holding space. The idea of shelter settles deep in the body, not as thought, as sensation, a soft lowering of internal defenses. The shoulders drop further. The chest loosens. Breathing becomes almost unnoticeable. The roof does not require recognition. It has never needed gratitude. It exists because it exists. because it was built to stay. Rain once traced paths along its surface. Wind once tested its edges. Years once pressed down with quiet weight. And still it remained. Not unchanged, but dependable. The roof did not move when life beneath it shifted. It allowed change without collapsing. It allowed growth without pulling away. This is what the body remembers. Not events, not scenes, stability. The kind that does not announce itself until you return to it. The roof holds more than physical space. It holds permission. Permission to rest without watching the sky. Permission to sleep without listening for danger. Permission to be small without feeling exposed. Under this roof, you are not required to be strong all the time. You are allowed to pause, to stop, to be held while time continued. The roof does not belong to childhood alone. It belongs to the sense of being cared for without conditions. That feeling has no age. It does not fade. It waits. The years you spent away did not remove it. They did not weaken it. They simply stretched the distance between visits. But the roof never stopped doing what it does. It remained overhead in memory and in body, a constant shape above everything else. The idea of weather loses importance here. Rain is no longer something to prepare for. Wind is no longer something to brace against. Everything external becomes background. What matters is the sense of being covered, completely, without gaps. The roof does not ask who you became. It does not adjust based on who you are now. It recognizes continuity. The same presence beneath it is enough. Time feels different under this roof. Not stopped, softened. Moments slow without stretching. They become wide, safe spaces where nothing urgent exists. The roof has always been a quiet agreement between inside and outside. It lets the world be the world while keeping rest intact. That agreement still holds. You feel it now as a deep ease, a settling that goes beyond thought. The roof does not demand that you stay awake. It does not need you to watch over anything. Its work is already done. You are free to let go completely. The sense of being sheltered extends beyond the body. It becomes emotional ground, existential ground, a place where effort ends. The roof does not signal the end of the journey. It signals that the journey was always held. That even while moving, you were never uncovered. This realization arrives gently, without words, without images, just a deep knowing. You are under something that has carried more than weather. It has carried years, and it still does. There is nothing to do beneath this roof, nothing to fix, nothing to prepare for. Only rest, only being held, only sleep finding its way without interruption. Beyond the doorway, there is the kitchen. It does not announce itself as a place of work. It feels like a place of quiet continuity. The light here is not bright. It does not illuminate. It warms. A low glow rests near the center of the room, not moving much, not fading, just present. The fire does not demand attention. It does not crackle loudly. It breathes, slowly, steadily. Its warmth spreads without direction. It does not rush to fill the space. It simply remains, and the space responds. The air carries a familiar scent, not strong, not sharp. It does not need to be identified. Recognition happens without naming. The body knows this smell. It remembers it without recalling a moment. It feels like nourishment before eating, like comfort before words. The kitchen holds the quiet evidence of care, not activity, not effort, just the results of things done many times before. Surfaces feel used, but not worn out. They have been touched often and gently. Nothing here is rushed. Nothing is temporary. The warmth does not come from one source alone. It comes from repetition, from presence, from time spent without counting. The body responds almost immediately, not with hunger, with ease. The sense of needing something fades. There is no anticipation of food, only the feeling that you are already fed, not physically, deeply. The fire continues its quiet work. It does not cook. It sustains. It keeps the night from feeling empty. The scent in the air does not change. It does not build. It stays consistent, like a memory that does not replay. The kitchen does not ask you to sit. It does not ask you to stand. It allows you to be wherever you are. The idea of a meal does not appear. There is no before or after, just fullness without consumption. The sound here is almost absent. Only the soft suggestion of heat, of something alive and steady. The nervous system recognizes this space immediately. Signals quiet down. The sense of alertness has no purpose here. Nothing needs monitoring. Nothing needs protection. The body settles into a low, stable calm. The kind that comes from knowing that someone has already taken care of things. The kitchen holds that feeling gently. You are not required to participate. You are not required to help. Everything that needed to be done has already been done. The warmth reaches the center of the chest, not emotionally, physically, like a small release you did not know you were holding. Breathing becomes even quieter now, almost invisible. The body does not prepare for the next moment. It rests inside this one. The kitchen is not about activity. It is about continuation. The assurance that nourishment exists without effort, that care continues even when you stop. The fire does not go out when you are not watching. It stays. That knowledge is deeply calming. You do not need to eat. You do not need to speak. You do not need to stay awake. The feeling of being full settles everywhere. In the chest, in the belly, in the space behind the eyes. Nothing asks for more. Nothing asks for less. The kitchen remains exactly as it is. And that is enough. The sense of home deepens quietly here, not through memory, through sensation, through warmth that does not fade, through familiarity that does not require recall. The body receives this space without question. And in that receiving, the last traces of effort slip away. The fire continues to glow softly. The scent remains. The night feels held, and sleep moves closer without being invited. There is a moment that does not need description. It does not unfold as a scene. It does not arrange itself into details. It exists as a feeling of togetherness, not loud, not expressive, just present. You do not see faces clearly. You do not hear voices distinctly. There are no words to follow, and none are required. The sense of gathering does not come from sight or sound. It comes from proximity, from shared space, from the quiet understanding that you are not alone in this moment. No one is performing. No one is explaining. Nothing needs to be said to be understood. The table itself is not important. Neither is the food. What matters is the feeling that everything is in place, that nothing is missing, that no one needs to leave. Time pauses here without stopping. It rests. Moments do not move forward. They settle side by side. There is no beginning to this moment and no end. It does not belong to a particular day. It belongs to a state of being. The body recognizes it immediately. A soft expansion in the chest. Not emotion, connection. A sense of safety that does not depend on reassurance. You are not required to participate actively. Your presence is already enough. There is no pressure to speak, no expectation to respond. The quiet here is not empty. It is shared, and that makes it warm. The nervous system settles deeply into this shared calm. Nothing feels urgent. Nothing feels unfinished. Even the idea of hunger does not arise, not physical, not emotional. The sense of being nourished exists without eating, without action. The gathering does not move. It does not progress toward anything. It simply stays. And in staying, it allows the body to soften completely. There is no comparison between past and present. No memory being replayed. Only the sensation of belonging without effort. The space between people feels gentle, uncrowded, respectful. Everyone is close without pressing in. The feeling of family does not come with roles. No one is defined by who they are to each other. It is enough that they are here, and it is enough that you are too. This togetherness does not require attention. You do not need to hold it. It holds you. The moment does not ask to be remembered. It knows it will remain. The body responds with a deep exhale that is not intentional. Muscles loosen without instruction. The sense of being separate fades gently. You are not dissolving. You are being included. Included without condition. Included without explanation. The gathering exists outside of time. It does not belong to childhood or adulthood. It belongs to continuity, to the quiet truth that you have always been part of something larger than yourself. There is no need to look around. Nothing will be missed if you do not observe. The feeling remains even if your awareness drifts away. This is the kind of safety that allows sleep to arrive naturally, not because you are tired, but because nothing is required of you anymore. The warmth here is not generated. It is shared, passed gently without effort. The sense of togetherness does not tighten. It does not cling. It allows space. It allows rest. The body sinks into this feeling without falling, without slipping, just settling. There is no need to stay awake for this moment. It will continue whether you notice it or not. The gathering does not end when attention fades. It remains as a quiet foundation, something that holds even in sleep. You are free to let go completely. Nothing will disappear. Nothing will change. The sense of being together has already done its work. And now it allows you to rest. The laughter does not rise suddenly. It does not burst. It arrives as if it has always been there, only now becoming noticeable. Soft, low, unforced. It does not pull attention. It does not interrupt. It moves gently through the space, like warmth moving through air. No single voice stands out. No words are clear. The laughter does not belong to anyone in particular. It belongs to the room itself. It spreads without direction, not traveling, not echoing, just existing, layered lightly over everything else. The sound does not ask for response. You are not expected to smile. You are not expected to join. Your body receives it without effort. The nervous system recognizes this kind of sound. It signals safety, not excitement, not alertness, just ease. The laughter carries no sharp edges. It does not peak. It does not fall. It stays within a narrow range, never asking to be followed, like a gentle ripple that does not disturb the surface beneath it. The room holds the sound without amplifying it. Walls soften it. Distance softens it. It arrives already calm. The body responds quietly. A slight warmth behind the ribs, a subtle release around the eyes. Not emotional, physiological, like recognizing that all is well without needing confirmation. The laughter moves past you without passing through you. It does not demand that you stay present. If attention drifts, nothing is lost. The sound continues whether you notice it or not. That constancy makes it gentle. It is not a moment to hold on to. It is an atmosphere, something that exists around you, not for you, and that makes it restful. The laughter does not signal a beginning or an end. It does not mark time. It floats, lightly attached to the moment, but not dependent on it. There is no urge to understand what caused it. No curiosity about the story behind it. Those questions do not arise. The mind remains still. Thought does not form. The sound fills the space that thought might have occupied. Gently, without pressure. The laughter fades slightly, then returns. Not repeating, not cycling, just adjusting its presence naturally. Like breathing in a room where no one is counting breaths. The warmth of it continues to spread. Not outward, inward, settling into the body without asking permission. The shoulders loosen further. The jaw remains soft. Breathing stays low and unremarkable. The sound does not wake you. It reassures. It confirms that you do not need to be alert. Someone else is awake. Someone else is present. You are free to rest. The laughter does not belong to the future. It does not pull you forward. It belongs to now, and now is safe. Even as awareness begins to thin, the sound does not change. It remains gentle. It remains warm. It does not follow you into sleep, but it does not disappear either. It stays behind, holding the space while you drift. The idea of separation never appears. You do not feel left out. You feel included without being involved. The laughter becomes part of the background of rest. Like warmth, like quiet light, something you do not notice until it is gone. And here, it is not going anywhere. The body understands this and releases the last small efforts of awareness. Nothing needs monitoring. Nothing needs answering. The sound has already done its work. It has softened the edges of the moment. It has confirmed that everything is held. You are free to let go completely now. The laughter continues, light, spreading, warm, and you no longer need to stay awake to hear it. Evening settles inside the house without any clear signal. There is no announcement, no moment where day becomes night. It simply happens, quietly, naturally. The light remains on, not bright, not dim, just enough to say that someone is here, and that nothing needs to end yet. The glow does not move. It does not flicker. It holds the room in a steady calm. Time loosens its grip in this kind of light. There is no schedule attached to it, no expectation that something must happen next. The evening does not rush. It does not count minutes. It allows them to stretch softly, one into the next. Objects in the room remain exactly where they are. Nothing is being prepared. Nothing is being undone. The house breathes at its own pace. A pace learned over many nights like this. There is movement somewhere, but it is unimportant. Someone passing through a hallway, a door opening, then closing again. No sound needs to be followed. Each one arrives, then settles back into quiet. The light continues to do its simple work. It does not create atmosphere. It maintains it. Walls soften under it. Corners lose their sharpness. The room feels rounder, more forgiving. Nothing stands out. And because of that, nothing pulls attention. The body responds with deeper stillness, not stiffness, ease. Breathing stays slow without guidance. There is no instruction to relax. Relaxation happens because there is nothing to respond to. The evening carries no urgency, no sense of being late, no sense of being early. This moment is not on the way to another one. It is complete as it is. The light makes that clear. It does not suggest sleep yet. It does not resist it either. It simply remains available. The house feels awake, but not alert, present, but not demanding. You do not need to participate in the evening. You are allowed to simply be within it. The sounds that exist are low and distant. They do not approach. They do not repeat. They come and go without forming patterns. This lack of pattern is deeply calming. Nothing needs to be anticipated. Nothing needs to be remembered. The evening unfolds without direction, and that allows the mind to stop following. Thoughts grow sparse, not forced away, just unnecessary. The light continues to hold the space where thinking once lived. Warm, steady, reliable. The body recognizes that the day is complete, not because tasks are finished, but because effort has ended. There is nothing left to manage, nothing left to prepare for. The evening accepts everything exactly as it is, and that acceptance moves inward, settling behind the eyes, lowering the shoulders, quieting the chest. The house remains lit, but awareness begins to dim, not suddenly, gradually, like a gentle curtain being drawn without needing attention. The evening does not close itself. It does not signal an ending. It simply creates a safe space for rest to arrive when it is ready. You do not need to watch the light. You do not need to listen to the house. Everything continues whether you notice it or not. And knowing that is what allows the body to let go completely. Some movements return without being invited. They do not announce themselves as habits. They simply happen. The body remembers what to do when the day is complete. A jacket is lifted from the shoulders, not removed, released. It finds its place without being aimed. The motion is smooth, unremarkable, trusted. Nothing is checked. Nothing is adjusted. The body knows where things belong in this house. Hands move next, not quickly, not carefully, just surely. Water meets the skin with no temperature worth noting. It is neither cold nor warm. It is familiar. The sensation does not wake. It settles. The hands do not rush. They do not linger either. They complete the motion and let it go. There is no thought attached to it. No memory triggered. Only a sense of completion, the kind that does not require recognition. When the hands are dry, they lower naturally. No signal is given. The body simply moves to the next position it already knows. A chair receives weight without sound, without shift. Sitting happens as a continuation, not a choice. The body does not collapse. It settles, spine supported, feet grounded. The position feels final in a gentle way, as if nothing more will be asked of this posture. These routines do not serve productivity. They serve safety. They tell the nervous system that the environment is known, that nothing unexpected is about to happen. That vigilance is no longer useful. Each action closes a door very softly, not to shut something out, but to mark that something is done. The day does not end with a decision. It ends through these small movements. They do not accumulate. They dissolve. And in dissolving, they free space. The mind does not follow the sequence. It drifts. Awareness becomes lighter with each completed motion, not because of repetition, because of trust. The body trusts what comes next because it has always come next. There is no need to stay alert while doing familiar things. Nothing is learned here. Nothing is improved. Nothing is corrected. These habits are not performances. They are permissions. Permission to slow. Permission to stop. Permission to rest without explanation. The room does not change as these actions happen. Light remains steady. Sound remains low. The environment stays neutral, supportive, uninterested in outcome. That neutrality is deeply calming. The body finishes the last movement without announcing it. There is no pause to see what comes next. Sitting is enough. Being still does not feel like waiting. It feels like arrival without destination. Breathing stays low and even. Thoughts do not gather. They thin out between actions and do not return. The sense of self becomes simpler, not smaller, quieter. Nothing is required to be remembered. Nothing is required to be planned. The habits have done their work. They have guided the body into a state where effort is unnecessary. From here, rest does not need an invitation. It is already present. The chair holds, the room holds, the evening holds, and you are free to let the body continue on its own toward sleep without watching how it happens. There is a feeling that does not call out. It does not ask when you will return. It does not watch the door. It simply remains. A sense of being expected without pressure, of having a place that does not close. You do not feel awaited in the way that creates urgency. There is no impatience here, no concern about time past, only the quiet knowledge that space has been kept, not reserved, kept. The difference is subtle, but the body understands it. Reserved implies condition. Kept implies belonging. Nothing had to be held open actively. Nothing required effort. The space did not tense in your absence. It relaxed. It trusted. You feel this not as a thought, but as a soft certainty settling deep inside. There has always been room. Not because you earned it, not because you returned, but because it was never taken away. This feeling does not depend on where you have been. Distance does not affect it. Time does not weaken it. The sense of being welcomed is not renewed. It never expired. The body responds with a deep, quiet release, not relief. recognition, as if something inside says, yes, this is still here. No explanation follows. None is needed. You do not feel observed. You do not feel evaluated. There is no assessment of how long you stayed away. No adjustment required to fit back in. The space remains the same size, and you fit without changing shape. This is not forgiveness. There was nothing to forgive. This is continuity, unbroken, undemanding. The feeling of being waited for does not pull you inward. It allows you to rest outwardly, to stop holding yourself together, to stop justifying movement. You are not asked to explain your path. You are not asked to summarize your journey. It is enough that you are here now, and even that is not a requirement. The space would exist whether you arrived or not, and that is what makes it safe. The body senses that there is no risk of being turned away, no threshold left to cross, no permission left to receive. You have already been included, always. The feeling spreads gently, not through thought, through posture, through the way the shoulders lower a final amount, through the way the jaw stays loose without effort. Breathing deepens without intention. The idea of leaving again does not disturb this feeling. It is not fragile. It does not cling. Wherever you go, this space does not shrink. It does not follow you, and it does not disappear. It remains where it is, available, unchanged. That constancy is deeply settling. You do not need to remember it consciously. Your body already knows how to find it again. The sense of being waited for does not keep you awake. It allows you to sleep. Because nothing is unfinished, nothing is unresolved, nothing is dependent on your attention. The space is patient without waiting, open without watching. This is not something that needs to be protected. It protects itself by being real, by being steady, by being unconditional. You feel yourself being allowed to disappear into rest without consequence. Nothing will be lost. Nothing will change. The space will remain exactly as it is. And knowing that, the body finally understands that it can let go completely. There is always room. There always has been. And wherever you go, that truth stays intact. Without effort, attention drifts back to the train. Not because you chose to return, but because the rhythm never left. It has been there all along, steady beneath everything else. The movement is familiar now. No beginning, no end. Just continuation. The train moves with the same gentle certainty as before, even, measured, unconcerned with destination. You do not feel carried away. You feel carried within. The sound of motion is low and consistent. It does not rise. It does not fade. It remains as a background presence, reliable and unchanging. This constancy speaks directly to the body, a message without words. You are still safe. Nothing has shifted. Nothing needs checking. The rhythm does not ask for attention. It does not require listening. Even if awareness drifts, the movement continues. The body understands that it does not need to stay awake to be protected. The train does not rush. It does not slow. It does exactly what it has always done. And that predictability allows the nervous system to soften further. Breathing follows the motion without imitation. Slow, unforced, natural. There is no need to synchronize. The rhythm holds its own. Your body rests inside it like something already accounted for. The idea of distance no longer forms. There is no sense of how far you have come or how far remains. That information has no relevance now. The journey has shifted from movement to containment. You are not traveling through. You are being held by. The train continues with quiet confidence. It does not monitor you. It does not wait for your awareness. It knows how to carry weight without asking permission. The sound becomes more abstract now, less like wheels, more like a pattern, a gentle repetition that smooths thought before it forms. If a thought appears, it dissolves into the rhythm. There is no edge for it to catch on. The train does not announce that sleep is coming. It simply creates the conditions where staying awake no longer makes sense. Muscles loosen another small amount, not noticeably, but enough. The body gives up the last need to orient itself. There is nothing to respond to, nothing to anticipate. The rhythm answers every question before it can be asked. You do not need to remember where you are. You do not need to imagine where you are going. The movement takes care of direction. Your only task is already complete. The train continues to move as it always has. Even, gentle, trustworthy. And you remain inside that motion, supported without effort. Safety is no longer a concept. It is a condition. The body accepts this and allows awareness to thin further, not disappear, just soften, like a light dimmed beyond usefulness. The rhythm does not change as sleep approaches. It stays exactly the same. That sameness is what allows the final release. Nothing new will happen. Nothing unexpected will appear. The train has already done its work. It will continue whether you notice it or not. And knowing that, the body finally lets go of the need to stay present. The rhythm remains. You remain safe, and sleep is free to take over completely. Without instruction, the breath begins to change. Not suddenly, not dramatically. It simply deepens, as if remembering something it always knew. There is no effort involved. No decision is made. The body does not try to breathe differently. It just does. The inhale reaches a little further down than before. Not forced, not extended, just fuller. The exhale follows without being guided. Longer, softer, like a natural answer to a question that was never asked. Nothing is counted. No rhythm is imposed. The breath finds its own pace inside the steady motion that already exists. The train continues. The rhythm remains, and the breath joins it quietly, without needing to match. The chest moves almost imperceptibly. The belly responds more than the lungs. This shift happens on its own, the body choosing what is most efficient when nothing is required. Each breath signals something deeper to the nervous system, a message that says, there is time, there is space, there is no need to hurry. The body listens. Muscles release another small layer of holding, not all at once, gradually, as if unwrapping something that does not resist. The breath does not pull awareness upward. It draws it down, lower, heavier, more grounded. Thoughts lose coherence here, not because they are pushed away, because they no longer have enough energy to form. Each inhale arrives without expectation. Each exhale leaves without attachment. There is no sense of beginning or ending a breath. They overlap gently, one dissolving into the next. The body does not check in with itself. It does not monitor progress. There is nothing to do correctly, nothing to improve. Breathing has returned to its original function: support, regulation, restoration. The sensation of the body becomes softer around the edges, less defined, less separate. Arms feel heavier without weight. Legs feel distant without leaving. The breath continues to deepen slightly, then stabilizes. It finds a depth that feels sufficient and stays there. No oscillation, no adjustment. Just quiet consistency. The rhythm of the train and the rhythm of the breath exist side by side, not synchronized, not competing, both steady, both trustworthy. The body no longer distinguishes between internal and external motion. Everything feels like one continuous flow. The idea of control fades completely. There is no one steering the breath. There is no one listening closely to it. Breathing happens the way sleep prefers, in the background, unnoticed, uninterrupted. With each cycle, the body settles deeper into the surface beneath it, not sinking, being received. The breath supports this descent without effort. Awareness thins further, not disappearing, spreading like mist losing its shape. The mind no longer tracks time. Seconds dissolve. Minutes have no edges. There is only this slow, steady exchange between inside and outside. Nothing more is required. Nothing more will be asked. The breath has taken over the work of transition, from wakefulness to sleep. And it does so gently, naturally, without needing your attention. The body begins to let go in pieces, not by command, not all at once, in its own order. The shoulders release first, not visibly, internally, a small softening where weight has been held for a long time. Nothing drops, nothing slumps. The tension simply no longer needs to stay. The shoulders do not move downward. They stop holding upward. That is the difference. With that release, the neck no longer compensates. The head feels supported without being adjusted. Breathing continues without interruption. The body trusts this change. Arms follow next, not together, one, then the other, without sequence that can be predicted. The hands become heavier without sinking. Fingers lose their readiness. They do not curl, they do not stretch. They rest in the position they already occupy. The forearms soften. Elbows release their quiet effort to stay prepared. There is no signal that this is happening. Awareness does not need to track it. The body is doing what it knows. Weight redistributes without instruction. Support is accepted without checking. The chest remains open without tension. The back rests without needing to straighten. The body finds a shape that requires nothing further. Legs respond slowly, not immediately. They wait until it is safe. Then the thighs give up their hold, not collapsing, settling. Knees soften without bending. Calves release the idea of standing. Feet let go of the ground they are no longer using. Toes do not move. They simply stop gripping. This letting go does not travel downward like a wave. It appears where it is needed, then remains. The body does not scan for remaining tension. It does not try to complete the pattern. Release is allowed to be incomplete, and because of that, it becomes total. The nervous system receives the message it has been waiting for. There is nothing left to manage, nothing left to respond to, nothing left to protect. The body no longer organizes itself around readiness. It reorganizes around rest. Breathing stays deep without emphasis. The rhythm remains uninterrupted. The train continues in the background, steady and distant. Its presence supports this release without drawing attention. The boundary between body and surface softens, not disappearing, blending. The body feels supported from all sides, not pressed, held. There is no urge to adjust position, no discomfort that needs correction. The body has arrived at enough. Awareness thins further, not fading out, spreading out, like warmth finding every corner without effort. The idea of individual parts loses importance. Shoulders, arms, legs are no longer separate tasks. They belong to one quiet whole. The body does not fall asleep. It allows sleep to arrive, and in this allowing, nothing more is required. The work of letting go has already been done. The eyes begin to lose interest in staying open. Not suddenly, not because of tiredness, because nothing remains to be seen. The muscles around the eyes soften quietly. They do not tighten. They do not resist. They simply stop holding. The lids grow heavier, not with weight, but with permission. There is no instruction to close them, no moment of decision. They lower as naturally as breath moves in and out. Vision fades without darkness arriving. Edges blur first. Details dissolve before they disappear. The world does not end. It becomes unnecessary. The eyes are no longer doing any work. They are not watching. They are not guarding. They are not waiting. The space behind the eyelids feels wide, not empty, soft, Awareness does not rush inward. It drifts, like settling dust that has nowhere else to go. The effort of seeing falls away, and with it, the last trace of outward attention. The eyes rest not because they are closed, but because they are finished. Finished with the day, finished with observing, finished with needing to know. There is no urge to open them again, no curiosity left, no concern about what might be missed. Nothing important is happening outside. Everything important is already inside and growing quieter. The lids remain closed without pressure. They are not held shut. They stay because opening would require effort, and effort is no longer available. The darkness behind the eyes is not complete. It is gentle, textured, like a deep shade that does not demand adjustment. Thoughts no longer attach to images. They thin, then stop forming. The mind does not follow them. It has no reason to. The eyes have led the way into rest, and the rest is accepted. The sensation of heaviness spreads slightly upward, then disappears. The forehead smooths without instruction. The space between the eyes lets go of its last task. There is nothing left to monitor, nothing left to interpret. The body recognizes this stage well. It does not celebrate it. It continues quietly. Sleep does not arrive as an event. It arrives as a continuation of closing. Closing the eyes was only the beginning. Now, everything else follows. Awareness dims another degree, not switching off, lowering, like a lamp turned down beyond usefulness. The eyes remain closed, and nothing asks them to open again. They have done enough, and that knowing allows the mind to release its final grip on wakefulness. Nothing more needs to be seen. Nothing more needs to be known. The eyes rest, and with them, everything else is free to rest as well. The train continues through the night, not louder, not faster, exactly as it was before sleep arrived. Nothing changed when you let go. The motion did not pause. It did not wait for your awareness. It did not require your presence. The wheels keep their rhythm, steady and patient, moving through darkness that does not resist them. You are no longer listening, and that is fine. The sound does not need to be heard to be reliable. The train knows the way without guidance. It has done this before, many times. Long before you rested, long after you stopped noticing. The night outside stretches wide and quiet. It does not press in. It does not intrude. It simply exists alongside the movement. Inside, everything is already still. Sleep has settled where effort once lived. The body rests without checking its position. Breathing continues without awareness, deep, even, unconcerned. The train carries on as if this moment was always expected, as if sleep was part of the plan, not an interruption. Nothing needs to be guarded. Nothing needs to be corrected. The rhythm keeps watch so you do not have to. Time moves forward without being counted. Minutes pass without edges. Hours unfold without weight. The train does not mark them. It simply moves. And movement itself is enough. You do not dream yet. Or maybe you do. It does not matter. The journey does not depend on what happens in your mind. The night holds everything with equal care. Darkness is not empty here. It is full of continuity, of quiet assurance that nothing has gone wrong. The train does not slow when sleep deepens. It does not adjust to your state. It remains consistent. That consistency is what allows sleep to stay deep. No sudden change will pull you back. No signal will ask for attention. The motion is smooth, predictable, kind. You are being carried without knowing it. Protected without needing to feel protected. The body has given up all responsibility, and nothing has taken advantage of that release. The train respects rest. It continues so you can remain absent. Somewhere land passes by. Stations remain unseen. Distances collapse into irrelevance. None of this needs to reach you. Your part is complete. Sleep has taken over every function that once required effort. The train remains as a quiet promise kept without witnesses. It does not announce arrival. It does not hurry. It simply goes on, through the night, through the dark, through hours that no longer exist in your experience. And that is enough. The motion continues. You remain asleep, safe, held, unaware, exactly as it should be. Snow continues to fall. Not noticeably, not dramatically. It does not announce itself to the sleeping world. It falls because falling is what it does. Each flake moves without urgency, without resistance, guided by nothing more than gravity and air. There is no pattern that needs to be followed. No destination that needs to be reached. The snow does not hurry to arrive anywhere. It takes its time by having no concept of time at all. Outside, the night accepts this movement without comment. Darkness does not interrupt. Wind does not interfere. Everything allows the falling to happen exactly as it is. The snow does not pile up in your awareness. You are not watching it. You are not imagining it. And yet, it continues. The world knows how to carry on without being observed. Each flake lands softly somewhere, joining others without sound. No collision, no impact, just contact, then stillness. The ground receives without reacting. Roofs receive, trees receive, rails receive. Nothing responds with surprise. This is not the first snowfall, and it does not need to be remembered. The snow changes the world without asking permission. Edges soften further. Shapes blur gently. The night becomes quieter, not because sound stops, but because it is absorbed. Movement continues, but it is muffled, as if wrapped in care. Inside the train, sleep deepens without direction. There is no shift to mark the moment. The body remains absent from decision and thought. Breathing continues, steady and low, unaware of the falling outside. Snow and sleep exist in parallel. Neither needs the other, and yet they fit together naturally. The snow does not symbolize rest. It simply rests. The falling does not signal peace. It is peace, in motion so gentle, it barely qualifies as motion. There is no beginning to this scene, no ending. It does not resolve. It continues, as the night does, as the train does, as sleep does. Somewhere beyond awareness, white gathers quietly. Somewhere closer, the body stays still. No dream needs to form. No image needs to appear. The mind remains turned inward, but not focused. Present without presence. Snow touches the world without leaving a trace that needs attention. If morning comes later, the snow will still be there. If it melts before that, nothing will be lost. The falling is complete in the falling itself. And that completeness mirrors the state of rest you are in now. Nothing is unfinished. Nothing is waiting. Nothing depends on your return. The snow does not fall for you. It falls because it falls. And that is why it is so gentle. The night holds the movement without tension. The world continues without asking for input. The train moves on. Sleep remains deep. Snow keeps falling, even, light, unconcerned, and everything is exactly as it should be. Somewhere within sleep, a house remains, not appearing, not approaching, simply there. It does not ask to be imagined. It does not ask to be remembered. It waits without waiting. The house exists in the way dreams exist when they are not yet images, as a feeling, as a quiet certainty. A light is on, not bright enough to draw attention, not dim enough to disappear. It glows steadily, as if it has always known you would not need directions. The light does not shine outward. It holds inward. It does not call your name. It does not guide your steps. It simply stays on. Inside sleep, distance loses meaning. The house is neither far nor near. It is present without location. You do not move toward it, and it does not come to you. The warmth arrives first, not as heat, as reassurance, a steady, enveloping sense that something familiar is intact. The house is not busy. Nothing happens there. No doors open. No sounds invite attention. Still, it feels alive, not active, held. The warmth does not fluctuate. It does not increase to comfort you. It does not fade to test you. It simply remains. A constant that does not depend on your presence. Sleep deepens around this feeling. Dream does not need to take shape. There are no scenes to follow, no faces, no voices. Just the quiet understanding that the house is ready in the way a place can be ready without preparation. The light does not signal that you should wake. It does not keep you alert. It is a background promise kept silently. The body rests deeper knowing this, not because it expects arrival, but because arrival is not required. The house is complete without you entering it, and that is why it feels safe. Warmth spreads gently through sleep, not moving, not changing, just being there. The idea of return does not form. There is no urgency, no longing, only a soft assurance that wherever the dream goes, something remains steady. The house is not symbolic, it is functional. It holds warmth, it holds light, it holds space, and that is enough. Snow may still fall outside, the train may still move, night may continue without interruption. The house does not react to any of it. It remains untouched by movement and time. Inside sleep, this steadiness anchors everything, not pulling awareness back, allowing it to sink further. The light stays on not for you to see, but because turning it off would require effort, and effort has ended. The warmth does not wrap, it surrounds. Without pressure, without closeness, sleep accepts this as it accepts everything now. Without question, without comparison, the house waits in the truest sense of waiting. Without expectation, without concern, without need. And in that waiting, sleep finds its deepest rest. Nothing must happen next. Nothing must arrive. The house will still be there whether the dream touches it or not. The light will still glow, the warmth will still hold. And knowing this, sleep remains unbroken, gentle, and complete. There is no need to get off the train. No platform is waiting. No signal will announce arrival, because the journey has already completed itself, not in distance, in feeling. The idea of destination quietly dissolves. It was never required. The train continues to move, but movement no longer means going somewhere. It means being held without interruption. You do not prepare to stand. You do not gather anything. Nothing needs to be carried forward. The sense of almost there has disappeared. So has the sense of not yet. There is no threshold left to cross, no door to open, no step to take. The body understands this before the mind ever could. Muscles remain soft. Breathing remains deep. There is no readiness for the next moment, because there is no next moment that requires you. The train does not stop, because stopping would imply that something changes, and nothing needs to change. The feeling of home is not ahead of you. It is not behind you. It surrounds you without location. You did not arrive at it. It recognized you and remained. There is no moment of recognition, no relief, no emotion that rises. Just a deep neutrality that feels like belonging without effort. The idea of leaving the train feels unnecessary now. Why leave something that is no longer moving you away? The train is no longer a vehicle. It is a condition, a steady protective state that continues whether you notice it or not. Home does not require you to step into it. It does not ask for confirmation. It does not need you to arrive properly. It has already accounted for your rest. Sleep remains complete within this understanding. There is no instruction to wake, no cue to transition. Nothing is pending. The journey does not conclude with an ending. It concludes by becoming irrelevant. Movement fades into safety. Distance fades into presence. The train and the home are no longer separate ideas. They merge quietly, without explanation. You are not inside something. You are not outside anything. There is only a steady sense of being held. And that is enough. No announcement follows. No final image forms. The mind does not record this moment. It is too soft for memory, too complete for narrative. Sleep deepens further without direction. The train continues only as a reassurance, not as a path. And you do not need to leave it, because leaving implies that home is elsewhere, and home is already here. Sleep deepens without crossing any line. There is no moment where it happens, no shift that can be noticed. Depth arrives by removing the need to notice anything at all. There are no dreams forming here, no images, no fragments looking for meaning. The mind has stepped back so completely that it leaves no trace of itself. Thought does not pause. It ends. Not abruptly, naturally, like a sound that stops because nothing continues it. There is no inner dialogue, no commentary, no memory being replayed, no future being imagined. Time no longer moves forward. It also does not stand still. It dissolves. There is no reference point left for it to exist. The body remains. But even the body is no longer experienced as a shape. Only function remains. Breathing, circulation, restoration, all happening without awareness. There is no sense of being asleep, because that sense belongs to wakefulness. Sleep has no opinion about itself. It simply is. Nothing is missing. Nothing is added. There is no comfort to feel, no discomfort to avoid. Even neutrality has faded. What remains cannot be described because description requires a witness. And there is none. This is not emptiness. Emptiness is still an idea. This is absence without lack, fullness without content. There is no center, no edge, no direction, no inside and no outside. The train is no longer present. The house is no longer present. Snow is no longer present, not because they ended, because reference has ended. Nothing holds the experience, because there is no experience. Sleep has reached its natural completion, not an ending, a settling so complete that nothing remains to settle. The nervous system is fully released. Not relaxed. Released. There is no signal being sent, no signal being received. Rest happens without narrative, without awareness, without return. If time passes, it passes alone. If morning comes, it comes later. None of this belongs here. This depth does not know what follows. And it does not care, because care requires attention, and attention has dissolved. There is no dream, no thought, no self, only sleep, complete, undisturbed, uninterrupted, and that is all. Winter night remains, not as a setting, not as a scene, as a presence. It does not arrive, it does not deepen, it simply holds. There is no edge where the night begins, no boundary where it ends. It wraps without closing, surrounds without touching. The cold stays outside without needing to be kept away. Inside, everything is already still. No movement asks to continue. No thought asks to return. The night does not watch. It does not listen. It does not wait for morning. It exists in a state that has no direction. Snow may still fall, but the night does not follow it. Wind may pass, but the night does not respond. The dark is not heavy. It does not press inward. It rests around everything with equal care. There is no contrast here, no light to compare, no sound to fade. Silence does not arrive. It is already complete. The body, somewhere within this night, remains undisturbed, not resting, not waking, simply held. Breathing continues, but no one follows it. The rhythm exists without reference, without meaning, without need. The night does not protect. Protection implies danger. Here, there is none. The night does not comfort. Comfort implies awareness. Here, there is none. What remains is neither safe nor unsafe. It is beyond that, a condition where nothing is required to be named. The winter night does not change. Change would imply time. Time has loosened its final grip. Nothing unfolds. Nothing concludes. The night is not long. It is not short. Length has no function here. The darkness does not hide. There is nothing to hide from. It does not reveal. There is nothing to reveal. The night holds without intention, without effort, without awareness, like space holding stars that are not being counted. If something stirs far away, it does not reach here. If something ends elsewhere, it does not echo here. This night does not participate in events. It remains. Yen, still. Everything that could move has already settled. Everything that could speak has already gone quiet. The night does not signal that sleep is deep. Depth no longer matters. There is only continuation without motion. The winter night wraps not as a blanket, but as an atmosphere that requires nothing from you. No presence is needed to complete it. No absence diminishes it. It is whole without reference. And within this wholeness, nothing stands apart. Nothing observes. Nothing remembers. Nothing anticipates. The night does not carry you. Carrying implies direction. It simply contains. And containment has no effort, no pressure, no end. Winter night remains, quiet, still, and everything is already where it needs to be. A final warmth remains, not arriving, not spreading, simply present. It does not surround from the outside. It It is already here, where separation no longer exists. This warmth does not come with arms. It does not tighten. It does not pull closer. It holds by not letting go, like an embrace that does not begin and does not end. There is no contrast between warm and cold now. Warmth is not felt against something else. It exists alone, complete in itself. No memory calls it familiar. No thought names it comfort. It does not need to be recognized to be effective. The body no longer responds. Response would imply distance. Here there is none. The warmth does not soothe. Soothing implies tension. Tension is gone. It does not protect. Protection implies threat. Threat is absent. What remains is not an emotion. It is not sensation. It is not even rest. It is a state beyond states, where nothing contrasts and nothing compares. Like an embrace felt before identity, before memory, before thought. The warmth does not move through the body. Movement would require a path. Here, there are no paths. It does not fill space. Space implies inside and outside. Those ideas have dissolved. The warmth exists as sameness, as continuity, as something that does not need to be held because it already holds. There is no sense of being comforted. There is no one left to be comforted. The warmth does not belong to the night. It does not belong to the house. It does not belong to the train. Those were shapes used earlier to guide the mind. They are no longer needed. The warmth remains when all shapes fall away. It is what is left when nothing is named. No breath is followed. No silence is noticed. Even stillness has faded. What remains cannot be deepened. Depth implies direction. Here, there is none. The embrace does not reassure. Reassurance implies doubt. Doubt has ended. It does not say everything is okay. Language has ended. It simply is, and because it is, nothing else is required. This warmth does not conclude the journey. Conclusion implies a story. The story is already dissolved. It does not replace sleep. Sleep has already become irrelevant. It is what remains when sleep no longer needs to be named. The embrace is not personal. It does not belong to anyone. It does not exclude anything. It is universal without being general, specific without having form. Nothing moves away from it. Nothing moves toward it. There is no direction left to move. The warmth does not fade. Fading implies time. Time has no reach here. It does not stay. Staying implies effort. Effort is absent. It simply remains because nothing removes it. Like being held before being born, before knowing what holding means. There is no self to dissolve. It has already gone. There is no peace to arrive. Peace implies conflict ended. Conflict is forgotten. There is no ending here. Ending implies beginning. Neither exists. Only this. Warmth. Without edge, without center, without name, like an embrace that does not need to be felt to be complete. There is no ending here. Nothing closes. Nothing concludes. The train continues to move, not as a journey, but as a quiet fact. It does not arrive. It does not depart. It simply keeps going because going is no longer opposite to staying. The motion is so familiar now that it no longer feels like motion at all. It is not tracked. It is not noticed. It does not need to be. The rails extend without distance. The night extends without time. The train moves inside that extension without asking where it is. Sleep continues as well, not deepening, not lightening, just remaining. There is no return to dreaming. There is no surface to rise toward. Sleep has settled into itself and found no reason to change. Breathing happens, but it is not followed. The body functions, but it is not perceived. Nothing is being rested from. Nothing is being prepared for. The idea of waking has not formed. The idea of sleeping has already dissolved. Only continuation remains. The train does not protect. Protection implies threat. The train does not guide. Guidance implies destination. It simply moves. And that movement asks nothing in return. Sleep does not hold you. Holding implies release later. Sleep does not pull you under. Pulling implies resistance. Sleep continues because nothing interrupts it. Somewhere snow may still fall. Somewhere lights may still glow. Somewhere houses may still exist. None of this needs to connect. The world continues without narrative. The train continues without purpose. Sleep continues without awareness. There is no center where this is happening. No edge where it could stop. The moment does not pass. Passing implies before and after. Those distinctions no longer apply. If morning arrives later, it will arrive on its own. It will not interrupt this. If night remains longer, it will remain without effort. Nothing is waiting to begin again. Nothing is waiting to end. The open ending is not an invitation. It is not unfinished. It is simply open because nothing needed to be closed. The train continues as a background certainty. Sleep continues as a natural state. Neither depends on the other, and yet they coexist without friction. There is no observer to mark this balance, no awareness to appreciate it. It does not need to be held in memory. It does not need to be completed. This is not suspension. Suspension implies waiting. This is continuation without expectation. The train moves on. Sleep moves nowhere. And in that quiet difference, everything remains exactly as it is. Open, unresolved, uninterrupted.